Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a little bit, about 2 weeks since I posted my last video, but we are back. Just got a little busy with school, that's all. But I think that's enough to say about that. We are going to go right into part 2 of my mindset video. It's not really a series, it's only 2 parts here, but a couple weeks ago we did talk about mindsets. We looked at the differences between a fixed and a growth mindset and really focused on the benefits of having a growth mindset.
Time and effort, we can actually improve in all areas of our life. And this is wonderful because it gives us the power to determine who we're going to be.
And so if you didn't check that video out, make sure that you go ahead and do that. It makes the most sense for the progression of the 2 videos here. I will have it linked above as well as linked below in the description bar. And so for today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can develop a growth mindset, because maybe you watched the previous video, or maybe you just know this about yourself in general, that you are stuck in a fixed mindset. I know that I am. And just knowing that you should have a growth mindset doesn't mean it's easy to actually go and develop and foster one. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And with that, I think we can get right on into it. And so to develop a growth mindset, we're going to be focusing on 3 different R's for today. And those are recognize, relearn, and redefine. And you're going to see why as we go through each. So to begin, I want to focus on recognize. We want to recognize how the brain actually works. And because this is the very foundation of first realizing that you can change, because a lot of people do believe that the brain is unchangeable, that it's solely governed by our genetics. And in fact, neuroscience would say that's not true. Neuroplasticity is a phenomenon in which the brain continues to evolve, continues to change, and can actually physically be altered with experience. Really, really interestingly, if one area, one region of the brain is damaged, another area will actually take on its role. So it will adapt to this part of the brain that's no longer functional by training or getting another part of the brain ready to do what that damaged part was supposed to do. And that's what neuroplasticity is. The brain will physically change to adapt to its environment. So if the brain can change, grow, adapt, then why can't the mind? It's a very interesting question, and what I'm going to suggest is that the mind can change. And I'm not alone in believing that. A growth mindset, in its very foundation, requires that you believe that your mind can change and improve and grow. And arguably, this is the hardest part, changing your foundational beliefs. However, I just supplied you with real physiological evidence that it can change, it can grow, and it can improve. Basically, you can get better at whatever you do given enough practice and hard work. And so nothing, neurologically speaking, is fixed. So your mindset shouldn't be either. The next R word is relearn. And what I mean here is that you really have to relearn how to quantify success. And right now I really want to focus on the work of Angela Duckwork and her coined term of grit. And you might have heard of it. It was a term that seemed to be in every bookstore, in every magazine, and every news article that was about psychological experience, because it was a very new and interesting phenomenon that really gave a lot of people hope. So, what is grit? Grit in this case refers to someone's perseverance to achieve their goals. Basically, how much effort you are willing to put in to achieve a goal that you really, really want for yourself. And grit is absolutely crucial to a growth mindset. And so if you relearn how to define success, and instead of some external reward, maybe that's a grade or somebody saying, hey, you did a good job, instead of defining that as success, make grit your optimal goal. You can focus on becoming somebody who pushes through every setback that is thrown their way and just keeps going. And so you may be wondering how you cultivate grit, because yes, it sounds great, it sounds wonderful, but I'm trying to learn about a growth mindset. Now you're telling me about grit. Yes, developing a growth mindset is going to be a difficult process. There's no 5-step process to changing your mindset, changing how you see the world, but it is very possible. So how you cultivate grit is a little bit difficult as well, but one step that you can make towards cultivating grit is this. 1, you need to find something you are incredibly passionate about. 2, you need to surround yourself with people who also are trying to cultivate grit or have already done so. And 3, you need to focus on purpose and finding meaning in what you do. If you do all of those 3 things, you will be right on your way to cultivating grit and hopefully also developing that growth mindset. The third R is redefine. And today we are redefining failure to instead be an opportunity for resilience. To really develop a growth mindset, to experience all of the benefits of having one, you need to see failure differently. You need to be comfortable with failing. So comfortable that you don't see it as failure at all. Instead, you see it as an opportunity to show your resilience. And this is hard. This is very, very, very hard, especially coming from somebody with a fixed mindset when the scariest thing in the world is failure. Believe me, I understand you if that is you. I am you. I am terrified to fail, but I think it's so important for our mental health that we do try, at the very least, to redefine failure. And now this is the most concrete tip I have for you today to really get out of a fixed mindset. And this is a journal activity, so bear with me if you don't like journaling. I do still really recommend that you try this one if you're going to try any at all. You're going to challenge yourself to try one new thing every day for 21 days. And every day after you do so, you're gonna write about it, whatever your emotions may be. And surely, unless you are a superhero or superhuman, you will probably fail at maybe even most of those things that you try within a 21-day span. And the purpose of this activity is to have you fail and fail and fail over and over and over again until you get so comfortable with it, you are not afraid of it anymore. And just like anything else, the more we encounter something, the more comfortable we become with it. And so when you fail over and over again and nothing that drastic happens, you'll soon get over your fear of failure and realize that it's okay to fail once in a while. And hopefully, this will move you one step closer to developing the growth mindset that you really, really deserve to have. Okay, so that actually wraps up my mindset number 2. Again, if this was an interesting topic and you really want to go back and hear about those positive benefits of having a growth mindset, again, make sure to check out my previous video. And as I mentioned a couple times in this video, this is very relevant to me. I definitely have a fixed mindset. It's something that I want to work on. I hope to work on. And so I'm actually going to try that journal activity. And so no promises that I'll be able to get through the 21 days or to even really come up with 21 things that I want to try, but I'm going to make a list. I'm going to make a list tonight and I'm going to try it. And hopefully I can document the process as well. That would be the best, to be able to create a video about it. And so hopefully I can give all of you more evidence that this works, that it's worth it to try. And yeah, if you want to try with me, I think that would be really, really fun. And I'm hoping to get a video to you on this topic in about a month or so. Again, I do need to do something for 21 days and then have time to make a video and edit. So it should be around a month, but no promises, I guess. And on that note, I am entering exam season. In about a month or so, I should be out of it and working full time, which means I should actually have more time on my hands than I do now as a student, if you believe that. And so if I am a little bit slow on my posting schedule or I miss weeks completely, please bear with me. I will be back to a regular schedule as soon as I possibly can. I am doing my very, very best, and I really appreciate your support during this time. Okay, so I think that's actually all for me. It feels so, so good to be back in front of my studio lights and to be back at or in my studio. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Definitely check out my other videos, and if you like what you see, feel free to push that subscribe button and to make my day. Stay safe and stay happy, and I hope to see you again on Monday.